Welcome to Moments.
Wait, are you sure it's recording? Because didn't you say it was already recording and you were just going to keep going?
No, push stop now. It's recording.
Okay, let's start now.
We're starting.
Oh.
Hi, everybody.
Started. I'm Dan Enriquez.
I'm Martin Burgess.
And this is the Mariah Report.
A little bootleg sometimes.
Moments.
We're still here.
Hey, real life moments.
Yes.
'Cause I thought you said that we were already recording, and then I'm like, why did you press the record button then?
No, it stopped.
So I thought you were like stopping it.
It's under control.
Everything's fine. Here we are. Okay. Here we are. Hello, hello. Testing 1, 2.
Welcome. Here we are. It's our anniversary soon, right?
It is. It's right around the corner.
2-year anniversary.
Yeah. We're old.
I know, right?
Can you believe how old we are?
In my mind, I thought we would be like 2 albums in by now. Analyzing albums.
Right? And we've got nothing. Uh-huh. No, we got a couple of off-kilter songs from Mariah. That's about it.
Yeah.
But we're having fun anyways, and thank you all for listening.
Yes.
If you want to help support the show, you can always go to patreon.com/The Mariah Report. Patreon is spelled Patreon.
Yep.
And you can sign up for a subscription to behind-the-scene moments and extras that we provide for all of you.
Yeah, there's fun things in there.
Yeah, for as little as $1. Mm-hmm. That's all you need, just $1. But if you want to give more, you can definitely give more.
Uh-huh.
And you'll get fun and festive things if you give more.
Yeah,
you give more, you get more.
Yes. You can also support the show for free over at iTunes by leaving us a star rating and writing us a nice review.
We love a good review.
That helps too.
We love a good review, especially the 5-star ones.
Yes.
We've got a couple of ones that aren't 5, but I don't know whose fault that is.
But we're gonna blame someone else for making us talk
someone
shit.
else for making us sound like we hate Mariah when we love Mariah.
Yes. We're gonna pass the blame on that.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, Martin, I feel like I haven't seen you in forever, but I did just see you the other day.
Yesterday morning, which felt like forever ago.
I know, because it was yesterday morning. You know I do not get up before the crack of dawn.
Me either. Had jet lag the whole day.
Yeah, me too. I couldn't believe it.
I know.
Although I did go home and take a little nap before I had to go to work later in the evening, and I had dreams of Kesha. I was dreaming about her.
Are you sure? That's who we went to see.
Yes. Martin and I went to Good Morning America the other morning.
Yesterday morning, yeah.
Yes. It's all one big,
it's all a big blur.
It's
right?
5 days away. It's yesterday.
Like
it's today.
Mm-hmm.
To see Kesha perform, because I've been loving her new songs.
The new music. I've been loving it too. First of all, her new album is called Rainbow. So we love anything rainbow.
So instantly I'm like, hold on a minute, bitch.
Mariah. Yeah.
It instantly goes to Mariah.
Uh-huh.
I want to know why she was inspired to call it Rainbow. Does she even know that Mariah has a Rainbow album? Mm-hmm. And does she know the iconicness of Rainbow? Uh-huh. I'm sure she does. Like, how could she not?
Right.
Like, she's like younger than me.
Yeah.
By just a couple years.
Yeah.
So like, she knows. She's full on
she knows
in
Heartbreaker
Mariah.
and everything.
She knows all of that.
Because she's not country or anything. Like, she's a pop singer.
Yeah, but
so
I think she's from Tennessee.
Yeah.
So she's like maybe country, but not like country music country.
No, well, she just had there's a Billboard article about Kesha, and she made a playlist of her favorite songs and lots of Dolly Parton in there. So
yeah,
she's country influenced.
Yeah, well, she wrote a song with Dolly Parton on her new album. It's good. It's very country though. That song is very country.
Yeah.
But anyways, I love Kesha. She's great.
Cool. Kesha is like, she's kind of gone more artistry compared to Rihanna, because like I've been enjoying them in the club.
Right.
So I enjoyed Kesha in the club. Didn't care much for her.
Just jamming out when you're splashing around.
Yeah, but this new stuff, I'm like, wow, I'm really into this.
But I think this is the first time, obviously, that she's able to like make music that she wants, because we all know the drama of like the harassment and the industry and the you know how it forces you to do things you don't want to do. So this is like finally she's able to release some stuff that is, you know, has some deep messages and meaning. So I love it. I love Praying. I love MFing Woman.
That's good. My favorite's Hymn.
Hymns for the hymn list. Love it.
My jam.
Super cute. But
you look it up on YouTube, guys.
Yeah, look it up.
Yeah, Mariah's giving us no new music.
We got nothing else to listen to right now. So
you'll like
Kesha it is.
Recommended by us.
Anyways, that's why we went to Good Morning America. It was fun times.
And she was great.
Yeah, she was.
I thought she was really good.
Really good. I mean, she was singing.
Big time. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She had a full band and all of that. Mm-hmm. She was like, and the drummers and all of that jazz.
And the set was inspired by like a 70s variety show. That's like the motif they were going for.
But it was all rainbow. She had like rainbows like on her like I was gonna call it a uniform, but it was
like a pantsuit.
Her pantsuit.
Yeah. Do you think the song "Nasty Woman" is like Hillary inspired because she's wearing pantsuits and "Nasty Woman"?
Okay, but you're saying "Nasty Woman," but it's "Motherfucking Woman" is the real song. She just sang "Nasty Woman" because she can't say MFer on TV. Yes, so those are not the real. Those are not the real words.
Of course,
you know what I mean.
Got it.
Yeah.
That's a cute little mix-up.
Woman. Yeah, I mean, it worked.
You're right. You're right.
I know that song because there are some drag queens that I see that perform it all the time.
Right.
So I'm like, oh, yes.
Well, I think she mentioned that's why she called the album Rainbow for the LGBT flag. Mm-hmm. And everybody, like Mariah says, everybody all rainbow-colored, whatever.
Beautiful.
If only we can get together.
In unison.
Yes.
Celestial. Yes, so that's fun. But we have some Mariah moments.
What's she doing?
A couple of things.
She's still touring.
Later on, let's tell everybody later on in the show, we have some special guests.
Yeah, we have. Mariah was back in Texas,
right? On the All the Hits tour,
doing Dallas and Houston, and at Dallas we had our lamb Stephanie Rafferty. She was there. Stephanie had a post-show encounter with Mariah at the hotel.
Yes.
So she's going to tell us about that. And also our listener, KandyLikeMariah.
A.K.A. Avery.
Who you've probably seen on Instagram. She does a lot of Mariah impersonating and has like amazing Mariah dresses and
she
stuff.
Like replicates everything beautifully.
She was there too and had a moment, like, going through the crowd and people
and everyone
out.
Thinking she's Mariah.
Yeah, so she was there too. So we spoke to both of them and they're coming up later on in the show.
So stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
But
Mariah was okay. Let's talk about Mariah in Dallas.
Let's start with all the hits. What's going on?
Did we mention the cowboy hat last week? How she posted
No, we did not, because she wasn't in Texas yet.
Oh, yeah, right.
But, let's start there. Let's talk about how funny Twitter became after she posted that.
Did you read the Time?
Absolutely hysterical.
Did you read the Time article?
No, but I think I read like a BuzzFeed article.
Oh, it was similar. Probably the same.
It's probably the same thing. You know how they just like just
recycle things,
recycle everything. It's fine.
Yeah. So Time also ran the same thing, talking about how Mariah posted herself with the cowboy hat, and then all the fans started reworking her lyrics to sound country. Like turned them into country songs.
Oh my God. I was cracking up. I had to like go back and like scroll through Twitter. Like, oh my God, it was hysterical.
Because I would never think to do that.
No, me neither, because I'm not... I guess I'm not talented like that.
Musically inclined like that.
But, okay, so first of all, she posted the picture with the cowboy hat, which obviously gave us the Rolling Stone moments from her very first cover of Rolling Stone from 1997, which is my favorite magazine cover ever.
I like the breakdown video.
Or the breakdown, yes, absolutely.
From the video, from the Heartbreaker. I mean, from Butterfly.
From Butterfly, yep. So she was giving us redoing moments of that. But everyone on Twitter kept turning her lyrics into country lyrics. And I was cracking up. So I pulled up a couple just for reference. So if you guys have not been on Twitter or anything, or you somehow miraculously missed this, get ready to laugh your MFing ass off. So I'm not going to read who these are from. I'm just going to read the lyrics. Okay. So somebody did, don't forget about us. Late nights playing on the farm, waking up inside my barn. Or I can't sleep at night when you are on my mind. Tim McGraw on the radio. I should have known right from the start that you'd go and break my guitar.
These are good.
These are so good. Why are you so obsessed with me, boy? I want to know. Lying that you on the farm with me. Or, when you walk by every night, Wrangler jeans fitting so right. I get kind of hectic inside. Oh, wait, here's one. I had a vision of love, and it was all that I reckoned it would be.
These are hilarious. She needs to do a little...
Oh, it was so hysterical. But Mariah was totally in on the joke, because then, like, once it started going viral and whatnot, Mariah posted an outtake, so a second picture of her in the cowboy hat saying thanks for all the laughs. So absolutely hysterical. I tell you, these lambs, Twitter is like the craziest thing ever, but sometimes it's so geniusly hysterical that I just die.
Well,
I die.
It's good when someone can come up with a concept like that and then it runs. Everybody can catch on.
Yes. Oh my God, hysterical. So thanks for all those
and it's just
people
nice,
out there.
Nice to see it being used for something not nasty.
Right. Instead of, like, fat shaming and shit talking.
Yeah.
Which normally is what it is.
The week before we had the honey meme of her not unbothered Mariah.
Right?
So
finally something hysterical.
A nice twist. Okay, so she's in Dallas. The same set list as the California shows. The Heat, the
Heartbreaker, I'm That Chick.
The same set.
Yeah.
But she gets to Houston and the suggestion box has been raided again.
Yes.
She adds back Love Hangover, Heartbreaker.
Right.
After I'm That Chick.
Right.
Wasn't a switcheroo.
We told her don't take that out.
Yeah.
And then she put it back in.
So thank you.
We appreciate it.
We're not going to complain.
No more complaining. She got it almost just about right. But she also went back to the original dresses.
I'm not mad.
I'm not mad either. Although the body
bag
one is, as I spoke before, but whatever.
I get like the cute reveal moment, the concept. But it's a body bag.
But I do love the second outfit, the little cocktail dress. And
I like it.
The red gown is gorgeous.
I love the red gown.
Yes. So good on that. I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take it. I hope that she does. She has a couple shows in Florida coming up, and then she's coming here very soon, next week even. So we will be reporting on us seeing Mariah at Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, you're going
and
to
I'm going to
Jersey
as well. So we're going to be all up in her business, like a Wendy interview.
I know. And at Madison Square, we upgraded our tickets. We're now pretty close to the front.
We were in the nosebleeds, which I was perfectly fine with.
Me too, but then these seats were available and they changed the price.
Yeah, you may as well.
To a really cheap price. And I was like, might as well.
Sign me up.
Yeah. Madison Square should probably might be a while before we see her back there.
That's true.
Take advantage, live it up.
That's true.
Nuclear
experience.
We're about to go into nuclear war, so...
Yeah, you get it while you can before we're all blown up.
Yeah. Why not?
Hey... What else you got to do?
Live a little.
Okay, so all the hits tour is going great. If Mariah's coming to a city near you, take pictures, send us pictures, hashtag us, tag us.
What about New Orleans being flooded?
Oh, that's right.
And the show went on.
But the show went on. That's right.
Interesting.
I was, my friend just so happened to be down in New Orleans, not going to the Mariah show, but he was posting on social media that he was flooded. It was feet.
Just rain too, wasn't a hurricane or anything.
So crazy.
Well, apparently, and the reason the show went on, it happens all the time. They're used to it.
Apparently.
It's like when it snows. Whatever.
It's just snow. A little rain. Oh, walking down the street with rain up to your knees. Why not?
Yeah.
Sure.
So the show went on.
Yeah. Well, thank goodness, because I'm sure there are a lot of people down in New Orleans and that haven't seen Mariah in a long time because she doesn't go out and about like that.
She was at the Essence Fest. Well, it would have been fun.
Well, yeah, but still, that was a year ago.
Well, it would have been fun if you loved the movie and you're like, oh my God, I can go do it now and be in the movie. Go see Mariah in New Orleans.
Oh, yeah.
Live that moment.
It would have been a full circle.
Yeah,
Girl trip.
Exactly, yes.
Love it. But other than that, there's not much to talk about the shows.
Yeah, nothing crazy.
But we'll hear from KandyLikeMariah and Stephanie Rafferty on their experiences.
They had a good time.
So we'll talk about that later. What else is going on in the world of Mariah?
Well, Anthony Burrell is causing a stir.
Now, Anthony Burrell is Mariah's former creative director.
Star of Mariah's World.
Yes.
Because Mariah was barely in it.
He's in charge of putting together her stage shows, choreography, doing the dance routines, all of that. And he worked for her for about 4 years, and they became pretty close. And everything seemed to be fine
until New Year's Eve.
And that's when allegedly he was fired.
Yeah, but then he clapped back straight away saying he wasn't fired.
Right. He said he wasn't fired. I'm sure their contract was just ending. And with Mariah's new team, they're like, we're not renewing this contract. Get him out of here so I can steal all Mariah's money. Allegedly. That's probably more likely what happened.
Well,
but
because
he's been speaking out again.
He's back.
Yeah.
There was a random interview. I can't even remember what it was. It was like some YouTube channel or something.
Right. It was a video.
Yeah. And he was just talking about how the team, aka management, very green, don't know what they're doing. They're new, and when you're new, you make mistakes. And
right.
Like
everything is like on a trial run because it's the first time you're doing it. You're learning
the hard way.
Right. So, mistakes are bound to happen and things are bound to get effed up and all of that.
Totally fine.
It's fine. It's a learning process. It's a growing process.
And that's fine when you're with a new artist and you grow with them as an artist and you learn with them, learn how to manage an artist. That's totally fine. We're dealing with Mariah Carey.
Mariah Carey, 27 years in the business, a living legend.
So when you
18 number one singles. There's no time for trial and error here.
Because when you're trial and erroring, Mariah Carey is now coming back down to beginner level.
Right. And that's exactly what has been going on.
She's the opening act again.
Opening act again.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be real nice about it, but like this is just absolutely ridiculous. One of our Lamb followers actually sent us a link to the Anthony Burrell thing.
Yeah.
And the headline is...
Well, first of all, it was in Complex.
Yes.
They ran the article.
They ran the original thing, but like we were just saying how things get like, copied and pasted over to a different thing. The Guardian is also reporting on it. But the thing is, the headline basically says Mariah goes from the hardest working woman in show business to Mariah Carey, the art of maximum energy conservation.
Yeah.
So it's like, can you believe it?
Uh-huh.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So anyways, what does Anthony basically say? Should I look up the quotes?
Well, we've heard it before. Like basically,
and it's things that we've been saying this whole time.
Right.
You know what I mean?
A lot of the outcome was like, told ya. Not from us, from everybody else. Like, we know this. This is not new information.
Right. Like, hello, we've been saying this for at least the last year, and especially since New Year's Eve, that this has got to, and even Tommy Mottola said the same thing.
Right.
After New Year's Eve.
Basically,
so like, I just feel like there's a lot of lambs out there in the Twitter sphere and the social media thing, like throwing major shade and talking crap about Anthony Burrell, saying he shouldn't be talking things about Mariah. How dare he? But that's his opinion, and he more than anyone else would know.
Yeah.
Because he's worked with her for 4 years.
Yeah.
So you can sit at home behind your computer thinking you know everything, or even like we do sometimes behind our microphones thinking we know everything.
Right.
But you got to give him a little bit of credit because he, more than anyone, knows.
Well, he's in it. Like, he can see it with his own eyes, what's going on and what's changed and what's different. Because he's been there 4 years. That woman's been there, 2 years? Like 2.5 years? She kind of started when we started the podcast, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
So he's seen the that woman, post that woman. And he can make an analysis, and he's collected the data.
Fair judgment.
He's collected the data, and he has evidence. If you want to like make a statement about something, you say present the evidence. Well, he was there. He saw what's happened and the change and the shift.
Right.
What's the root of that? Exactly.
The root of it is that woman.
Uh-huh.
So, like, I'm not mad at him speaking out and saying that at all.
No, me either.
Because, it has to somehow get into Mariah's head that is the situation, that is reality. Because that is the reality of it.
Yeah.
But then that woman goes out and she responds to him, and she says something like, why don't you go out and see Mariah on her new tour, her sold-out tour, and then come back and talk about. But it's like, girl, you're not living in reality. And therefore, Mariah can't live in reality because you are her right-hand man and you're not in reality because Mariah's not on a sold-out U.S. tour.
Right, but that comment of go see her on a sold-out tour is the same as that scene in Mariah's world where she's saying they're not booing.
They're not booing.
They are booing. It's not sold out.
Right.
Just watch all the clips. There's Empty Seat Fest, Arama.
Yes. Unfortunately, that's just what the reality is.
Watch the spotlights. Empty seats.
It gets me real heated, number one, because we're talking about that woman. But number two, just in life in general, overall, I cannot stand people who do not live in reality. It just is so mind-boggling to me. Like, yeah, you can think all you want, but like there has to be like a level of realism in what you think. Yes, I'm all about positivity and optimism and supporting and like blah blah blah, but like there has to be that level where it's like, okay, well that actually is not possible, or that's not happening, that's just all in my mind. You have to be aware of things.
But the thing is, Mariah is on that stage seeing the empty seats.
And you know that she knows that.
She's
so
there.
When Anthony Burrell says,
just FYI, that woman isn't there. She's been in LA the whole time.
Yeah,
she's not. She didn't go to the Dallas and all these shows in New Orleans and Texas and what have you.
Good. We don't want to see her.
So she doesn't know. First of all, oh my! I don't even
see. Here we go. I cannot get started on that woman. I just cannot. But what the whole point of it is, Anthony Burrell spoke his piece, and I agree with him. So that's all I have to say on that. And the lambs out there in social media land, whatever. You want to talk shit about somebody speaking the truth? Well, you better start speaking the truth and seeing the truth.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
One good point or quote that Anthony said in the complex, or in this complex version of the article. So, you know, all these memes of Mariah being like
lackluster,
not bothered Mariah, conserving energy.
Yes.
Like all this stuff.
Not moving on stage.
Exactly. So Anthony said, Mariah is clear. When she doesn't want to do something, she doesn't do it. She's performing with lackluster and no fucks given, and it's taking away her star. That's exactly what's happening.
That's exactly what's happening. And if you cannot see that from no matter where you are in the world of Mariah, whether you're sitting where we are as fans, whether you're sitting in her team as her manager, as her this person, that person, or the other, or as Mariah herself, if you cannot see that, then you are not living in reality. Because it's very clear. And what makes me upset is that this could easily be changed. Mariah could easily be at the top of her game right now, and she's not.
Okay, so to that point, so Anthony also says,
yes,
later on, that no one is guiding her, and it's showing. She's a legend. You're a legend, Mariah, but you don't care. Your team doesn't care. They're not guiding and directing her. This is strange writing. She's back to where she was before. It's not like she's never looked this bad before. I just stepped up her game. So I guess he like kind of made her a little, claiming to make her a little more interesting on stage. But she's looking bad.
She's just, it's not cute. And I know that she's given some great performances on this All the Hits tour and stuff like that. And yes, there are some great vocals being done here, and she's giving us something. But that's not Mariah giving us 100% of a stage tour. You know what I mean? She doesn't want to play to these places that are half sold out. No one would.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
I know.
But anyways, let's move on from that topic before we get real heated.
I just...
It's annoying because it doesn't have to be this way.
But what's annoying is like it's the same conversation we keep having. It's like, why are we the ones seeing it?
Good question.
Why? Why are we on this end of it?
Good question. Good question.
Like, fuck.
I wish we could have an answer. I don't know.
It's just annoying.
I know, like, when... I don't know. I'm over it. Let's move on.
I was happy because that woman has been out of the picture. I was like, hang on a second. Where the fuck is she? Not around. I was like, oh, good, stay there.
It doesn't matter if that woman is by her side or not. The woman is still controlling from afar.
Right, but I was hoping Mariah would see all the empty seats and just be like, why the fuck am I here? What was this? This was a bad mistake. Whose idea was this? I'm sure
that does cross her mind. But you never know. I don't know what crosses her mind.
But for this woman to come out and like clap back and not say, yeah, do you know what? I fucked up on this one.
Oh, she would never.
Like that?
She would never. She's a child.
So annoying.
And children do not admit responsibility.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That woman is sick. She's sick.
Allegedly. It's just so frustrating because, like, can we just wrap this era up already?
Yeah. Come on. But this era is not going to end until that woman is gone.
Yeah.
100%.
Okay, but here's the thing. Let's also, like, take the temperature now. Empty seats in these concerts. Like, yes, Hollywood Bowl was sold out. One.
Right.
Empty seat-arama in the rest. Check the videos. You'll see it yourself.
Yeah.
This is going to be the album.
Well, of course.
And
that we're not getting in 2017.
Yeah, but people aren't going to buy it because that woman doesn't know what to do and how to sell it.
Yes. Mariah needs professionals. That's all it is. I'm done talking about that woman, though.
Yes, we're done.
Okay.
We don't know her.
Let's go talk about someone else who used to be in control of Mariah's career and tried to foil her. Let's go back to Tommy Mottola for a brief moment, just because a lot of our listeners wrote into us saying that we did not cover this topic.
Yeah.
And it's the Irv Gotti topic about Tommy Mottola, J-Lo, and that whole mess. Because that's randomly became like a topic of conversation.
Well, he just did an interview.
Because he did an interview and like all the media outlets picked it up and they're like, oh, this is a real story. Well, bitch, I've been known the real story for the past 20 years.
Since Glitter.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not 20 years, but whatever.
2001.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Irv Gotti, who is he? Like
he's a musical producer.
Right. Confessed that Tommy gave him direct orders. Yes. To foil Mariah and focus on J-Lo.
Yes. And to, essentially, allegedly, copycat Mariah.
Yes.
In what she was doing and creating for the Glitter soundtrack. Mm-hmm. Because Tommy obviously heard these things, these musical samples Mariah was using or structures of songs that Mariah was using, and he knew that they would be hits. Mm-hmm. And he's like, I'm going to take them and I'm going to give them to my new, muse, protege Jennifer Lopez, and she's going to have all the glory, which is exactly what happened. Mm-hmm. So he's putting it out there, but he already spoke on this many, many years ago. He said the same exact thing. Yeah. I mean, even Wendy Williams in her book writes about Tommy Mottola calling her and like offering her money to like help a smear campaign of Mariah's name.
Really?
Yes, absolutely. And Wendy said no. Because she wasn't playing that game. Yeah. But he was doing that with Wendy and, leveraging Jennifer Lopez against Mariah back in the day. Yeah. He was obviously doing it with everybody else as well. Oh, totally. So Mariah was rightfully paranoid.
Exactly.
During that whole Glitter era. Yeah. And so when we cover the Glitter era and the album and the movie, we'll go in deeper on that. But, just as an overall topic right now about Mariah, I'm over it. Old news.
Even in Demiz's book, he tells a story about how Tommy pulled him out of a restaurant and was like, hey, come here, get me information, I'll pay you, you can make a lot of money just giving me information.
Did we ever give a shout out to that lamb that sent us that book?
I think we mentioned it.
Okay. We didn't, thank you again. I can't remember your name, but they sent us a book.
Yeah. We'll get more into it. But so this is old news, just kind of bubbled up again. He probably mentioned it. Yeah.
But and here's the other thing. Overall, the music industry, the business of music, it's all a shady scam. Mm-hmm. Most businesses are. Most corporations are. Yeah. If you don't realize that, again, you're living in delusion. Mm-hmm. So I'm not surprised that something like that happened to Mariah. It just really sucks that it happened to Mariah. Mm-hmm. And, the fact that it pitted Mariah against another, celebrity figure, that's just not a good look on her. Mm-hmm. But whatever. Mariah plays into it. Why not? Mm-hmm. Anyways.
Well.
It is what it is.
Well, the thing is, the good thing is, now Mariah doesn't seem so crazy.
Right. It does give, validation to Mariah being paranoid, to...
resentful towards J-Lo.
The whole I don't know her thing. Yeah. Yeah. And Mariah can hold a grudge if she wants. And Mariah... Because that's big. To F with someone's career like that is... Yeah. Big. And those are the types of people that yes, you can move on, but do you ever fully forgive them? To mess with someone's career, their livelihood?
Yeah, all that work.
Girl, you come for my money? Yeah. No, ma'am. Uh-huh. No. Yeah. That's big. No, you don't do that. But anyways.
And also Mariah could have been the one talking, but she kept her mouth shut.
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, I know that there are There are, if any of you lambs listening know what I'm talking about, but I know there are interviews from the glitter era when Mariah was like right before her quote quote breakdown where she was talking about this. But I think like the label like put the kibosh on it and was like, no, we're not releasing these. Or they were like old phone messages even. And she would allude to these things being taken from her.
Because right before the breakdown, everyone was saying she's paranoid and crazy.
Right.
Remember that?
And she was paranoid, but rightfully so.
Oh, yeah,
But everyone was looking at her like, oh my God.
What's wrong with her?
You've lost your mind.
Yes.
But in reality, she had not lost her mind.
No, she was just telling us, trying to give us a message.
Yeah, absolutely. So...
Anyway, so that surfaced again.
So that's
somehow.
out.
But
That's
hopefully
out.
we can put that to bed now that's
I
out.
hope.
Now that someone else has confirmed it. It's not just crazy Mariah talking again.
Right.
There's a third party who was in the middle of it.
Yeah. Eventually, all the Joe Schmoes will get the picture, and Mariah will be, quote quote, vindicated. Mm-hmm. But we'll see.
Again.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
So Mariah's constantly having to prove herself and vindicate herself. What, girl? Mariah is Mariah. She doesn't have to do nothing.
It's kind of the cycle of Mariah, though. We have a success, and then it goes down, and then it goes back up, but then it goes back down. It's the story of it.
That's a cycle of life, right?
Well, the thing is, you don't want to go too far down like we are right now, because then getting back up is impossible.
Especially in the music business today.
Yes.
Like when we went to go see Kesha is in her 30s.
Yeah.
And she has like 12-year-olds. Uh-huh. And I know we have like a lot of young listeners to this podcast, and that's great and fine because, you can love Mariah at any age. But like, we were probably the oldest people in that audience, Martin, other than people who came just for Good Morning America.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like, if Mariah wants to, be in the good graces of the younger generation, she can't be doing these lackluster performances and these poor management guiding decisions. Yeah. Everything, you have to be on point on everything.
To the Kesha point, because it clicked to me yesterday. When Mariah has a new album out, like what Kesha's doing now, there's 3 songs out at once.
4 even.
4.
4.
You can't release a single and just let it sit there. You
have to do it all at once. And she has 4 songs out, and 3 of them actually have videos.
Yes.
All before the album's out.
Yeah, it's all done.
That's how you do it nowadays.
Done in the bag.
Everything is good. Everything is on a timeline. Yeah. Everything is being released in perfect, orchestration. And then you go out there and you do the live performances and all of that. Like, it all has to be pre-planned, premeditated.
Yeah.
You can't just be like, hey, I'm 6 weeks into my docuseries show, and I'm not even talking about music. Let's throw something together and make a music video in my front yard.
Yeah.
You can't do that. No. And then be like, hey, maybe we should do a live performance and get a last-minute replacement gig on Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah.
So this is all allegedly happened. I don't know if this is true or not.
Totally. No, I know. It needs to be, I need 4 songs at once with videos.
Yeah, she released like 1 song a week for the past month.
Yeah.
And 3 of them have videos. Like, come on. So that's how you do it nowadays. That's how everyone does it nowadays.
Yeah. But Mariah gives us the song, the audio.
Yeah.
Video coming soon.
3 months which later. Is really like 3 months later. No. And it's just like, girl, that fell off the iTunes chart
Day
in
1.
2 seconds. Yeah. Like, whatever.
I know.
But it's just poor management.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, Mariah the creative, Mariah the person is still the same old Mariah.
Yeah.
But we're seeing her in a different light because of everyone around her guiding her and telling her that these things are what they are not. And so Mariah's not seeing a clear view of what we're seeing from our seat. And that's just majorly effed up.
Oh, yeah.
But anyways.
Totally.
All right, Martin. We're going to take a splash break soon.
Wait, hang on. Is Mariah still with Epic? I'm lost in where she is. She got her own label.
That's just paperwork. That's just paperwork business.
Like, who's going to run Mariah now? Because, like, I was going to contact Gremlin. That woman can't do that.
Right. Because who's running Mariah's record label? Who's
fucked.
Butterfly MC?
We're fucked if it is.
Right? I mean, I don't know. She needs people who know what they're doing. L.A. Reid, Benny Medina, people who are in the industry who are not trying to be your friend.
Yeah.
Even though, yes, they're all friendly with Mariah, but they're not trying to be your friend.
They don't need...
They're not here for lifestyles of the rich and famous. Do you know that woman hashtagged that on one of her Instagram posts?
Yeah.
I was livid. Lifestyles of the rich and famous?
Disgusting.
Bitch, you're neither of those. And you might have some money in your bank account, but it's all coming from Mariah. Mariah's the rich and famous one here. You sick pig. Can we take a splash break? I need to calm down.
All right, let's take a Patreon splash break, and we'll come right back. Welcome to the Patreon splash break.
Yes, our shout out splash break.
Yeah, so you guys at home, our listeners, can support the show by going to patreon.com/the Mariah Report, and you can pledge as little as $1. It's like a subscription service, and every month, it makes a donation automatically, and it helps keep the show running and keeps the show ad free. This is kind of an ad, but
it's kind of an ad, but it's like
internal ad.
Yeah,
I don't know how to describe it.
It's just us doing us.
Yeah,
with the help of our lamb listeners.
Within the show. So that really helps us, and it helps us the show grow. We can get advertising and new equipment,
and you can pledge as little as $1 or as much as you want. You can make a one-time donation, or you can subscribe, and then you get like behind the scenes. You get like access to things like, for instance, this week we put a poll on our Patreon page to see what the lambs and all you listeners out there wanted us to talk about for our Back in Time episode.
Yeah, and
it turned out to be triumphant.
Yes,
so. You Patreon supporters are the ones who help the show and guide us and come up with some topics.
Yes. And one of the perks is that when you pledge $5 or more, you get a shout out on the show.
Yes. So all the listeners know that you are here supporting us. So, Martin, who are we starting with for our shout out?
So here's our extra festive lambs this week. Shout out to Roman Gavo.
Shout out.
How you doing? Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate.
Merci beaucoup. There's a little French moment.
Oh, is he French?
We got a little Frenchy moment at the top.
Is he also from New York?
He lives in New York.
Yes. Okay. Got it. Some of these, like, I just keep getting, there's so many people. I mean, oh, yes, that's him. Got him. I would like to give a shout out to Jerome. Jerome, I don't know what his last name is right now. Oh, I know what it is, but I'm not going to say it because I don't think
his
elusive last name. Jerome, another Parisian supporter. Thank you much. We love and appreciate you.
You have to say it in French.
Merci beaucoup. I'm so bad at languages.
Thank you to Gilbert Suazo. Thanks so much.
Love it.
Gilbert contributes a lot of commenting and stuff.
Yes, of course.
We love Gilbert.
And how about shout out to Carrie?
Tongue twister last name.
This is a tongue twister, but I think I got this. I'm bad with these last names, Martin. Teru Biertes.
I think that sounds right.
I think that sounds right.
Well, Carrie, a.k.a. Mariah Carey impersonator.
Right.
We love Carrie.
Right, and I think you can follow her on Instagram.
Yeah,
and she does Coffee with Carrie.
She does, and she's a good Mariah lookalike.
Yeah. She was just at one of the Lamb Over events.
She was, and when she puts the Mariah on, you have to squint and make sure.
Yes, you're like,
Mariah.
Wait, is that Mariah? I think that's Mariah. No, yeah. So shout out to her. We love your support.
Yes, thanks, Carrie. And big thank you to Miguel Rowan. I hope I said it right. Rowan.
Roan.
Is it Roan?
I don't know. I'm just coming up with things. It's what I do.
Thanks, Miguel. We love Miguel too.
Yes.
He a lot of commenting, and Miguel does artwork and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, he has a website, and it's
what is
blocking my mind. Mariah Carey.
News?
It's not news. It's
Oh,
one
great.
and only or something. Oh my gosh.
Oh, great. Sorry.
Get back to us, Ronan.
Get back to us.
I mean, Miguel.
Get back to us. We'll give your website a shout out.
But thank you. Thanks to everybody who contributed, because we really appreciate it. And like I said the other week, I've been listening to podcasts and they have to do all the ads. And I'm like, thank God we don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
So,
we have our hands on with other things because all of you that support the show, we take that money and we turn it into things like the Mariah Report store, where you can go get your fabulous merchandise.
Yeah. And you might have noticed on Instagram that we have been promoting some of our posts, and we've just tried it out because we weren't sure what would happen. But new lambs are finding us and like joining in the fun, and so we're getting.
Use things. The funds are going for useful things for the podcast to, grow our little lamb podcast here.
Yeah, but it's nice to get the lamb back together in a group.
It is unit. Supporting each other, lamb support.
Yeah,
it's what it's about. But thank you all again. We love, appreciate, and enjoy you.
And once again, you can join in the supporting of it all by going to Patreon with an E, patreon.com/The Mariah Report. Okay, we're back.
Hello.
Splash break.
So, go ahead, Martin.
Well, we forgot to mention earlier that we're officially on iHeartRadio.
Yes, that's right.
That's kind of exciting.
That is.
Right?
iHeartRadio. We love it. We just did an episode on Mariah's mini iHeartRadio concert back from 2009.
Yeah.
So if you guys have not listened to that one, please go back.
It's a good episode.
If you have an iHeartRadio app on your telephone, like you can listen to us straight from there. Like, how amazing is that?
In the car as well. It's big in the car.
Oh, in the car. The iHeartRadios are in the car.
Now.
Oh, in the car, darling.
Yes. That's big in the car. Or on your desktop, whatever you got.
Whatever. We're on all the platforms. That's great.
Yeah. So our last episode of Back in Time was about Triumphant. We pulled it out of the bin.
Yes, we did, because our Patreon listeners wanted us to.
So we dug it up.
They did. It's a cute episode.
I like Triumphant.
Yes, those remixes are everything.
Yes. Well, I'm less mad at it now.
Less mad, but it's still in the bin.
It's still in the bin.
Still in the bin.
It's the first.
But we did get a lot of lambs writing into us, telling us how much they love Triumphant and all of that. So shout out to all of you guys, because I love that the lambs love it.
Yeah. But there was a couple of
things we missed, and also one of the listeners out there, you know how I told you that I was like, Martin, you're dead wrong. Whitney did not die when Nick was in the hospital.
Oh, yeah.
But you were right.
Oh.
And yes, one of our listeners let my ass know.
Oh, okay.
But I love and appreciate that because I just thought because I was like, no, that was like a different month. And no, my timeline was way off, and you're completely correct. So if I'm ever effing up information, please let me know.
Oh, well, we've got some correctional moments about Triumphant.
Yes.
Well, one thing we forgot to mention about that in that episode is DJ Khaled is in the video as well. Not only are you in the video, Dan.
Yes, I am in the video, and all the lambs that found me in the video, I was shocked and surprised. I was like, oh my God, how did you see my ass in that video? It took me forever to find me. But
you look cute though, a little enthusiastic for the boxing.
Yes, I was like, yes. Oh, I was not. I hate being told to clap.
Smile and clap.
All of that stuff that I couldn't say right now. I hate being told to do that because I'm not an actor. If I do it because it just naturally happens. I can't pretend to scream and yell and cheer. I was like, oh my God, it was the worst. But there I am doing it.
Well, another tidbit was when Mariah performed it live, the one and only time at
Rockefeller Center, right?
We forgot to mention that Brian Tanaka is twirling around in the background.
Yes, he is, looking very cute. I love the dancers' ensembles. We did forget to mention that in the Triumphant episode. Back in Time, but we did mention that way before during Mariah's World, our 8-part series called Looking In, because in Mariah's World, Mariah says, oh, I haven't seen Brian since the Adventures of Mimi tour, and that's a bold-faced lie.
Because we have receipts
of him dancing for her in 2012.
Yeah.
So clearly there was some seeing of each other.
Right.
But yes, thank you all for pointing that out.
Okay. Now let's segue into Lamb Mail, but still related to Triumphant.
Well, we also did
I forget something?
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, we also have some guests coming up as well.
We have Stephanie Rafferty coming up and Avery, aka KandyLikeMariah.
Yes, and they're going to tell us all about their experience with Mariah at the All the Hits tour.
Yes,
but we're going to do Lamb Mail now. I thought we were going to save it till the end.
Oh, let's save it till
however
the end.
You want.
I don't know. Now I'm confused. What do you want to do?
Let's save it till the end. I think we should talk more Mariah.
Okay. So in Triumphant, do we just take that out?
Maybe.
Let's just take it from here. I'll do that segue talk again.
Got it.
So let's get into Lamb Mail, but still connected to Triumphant. In the episode of Back in Time, I mentioned that the get 'em, hit 'em.
Oh, right.
Was a sample, but we weren't quite sure what it was because we found a different person doing that same sample. But it turns out, and thank you to Dan Hernandez, who just started listening to the podcast.
Oh, well, welcome.
But he said that the get 'em, hit 'em phrasing is an MOP song called Ante Up.
I think I know that song. Yeah. Ante Up.
Right. Yeah, I know, right?
Right?
Yeah.
I know that song.
I didn't
but I didn't catch the connection there. Exactly. But yeah, now thanks for, again, clarifying that. Mm-hmm. Dan Hernandez. So is that his name?
That's that's the song we were looking for.
Yes. Well, good to know.
Oh, but Dan also says, talking about how JD suggests the samples, maybe that could be an idea for an episode discussing samples in MC songs if you haven't done so already. Guess what, Dan?
Guess what? We have done that.
Yes.
It's a very popular episode.
It's a good episode.
And we're probably going to do a part 2 of sampling. Yeah. And we might want to make sure Triumphant is somehow added in there if it's an actual sample, because we don't have like accreditation for it.
There's no booklet. There's no reference.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it could just be an inspired by. We should look up, whatever. We should look into it.
We should look up the that website Who Sampled.
Right.
The one we used.
Yeah.
Check that out. But go back all the way back. We were called Lamley Meeting back then, but we have a fun sampled episode. And then go to our Instagram, like way back down. There's like a fun little video and sample section too.
Yes, very cute, very festive. Actually, somebody just liked one of those videos the other day on our Instagram, and I was like, ooh, y'all sure did scroll way back there. Sure did, girl.
Oh, gosh.
But, I like our Instagram. We have a good Instagram, I must say.
Yeah, I love it too. It's fun.
All right. So let's get into our guests, Martin.
Okay.
All right. Well, like we were saying earlier, Mariah was down in Texas, and we have some lambs down there and some listeners, and we wanted to connect with them and see what their experience was like.
Yeah, so KandyLikeMariah, if you haven't seen her on Instagram, go ahead and follow her, Kandy with a K. She likes to replicate Mariah's looks and dresses and stuff, and she does an amazing...
fabulous job. Yes, she tells us the story about she wore the inspired by Mariah red dress that she's been wearing on the tour. She wore that to the show, and everybody was like bugging out and all of that, and she tells us a little bit about herself. Let's go a little back, Kandy, and I want to know where your inspiration for wanting to dress and emulate Mariah came from, because you do it so well.
Wow. Thank you. Thanks. And that coming from you guys, that means everything to me. I actually started in 1990.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've been performing now for 20 years. So,
oh, wow.
So I was a young kid starting out doing drag in Louisiana, and I did a talent night, and I did Vision of Love, and I literally, like, from the time I was, 10, 11, 12 years old, I don't know what it was, but like something, I looked at pictures of Mariah and I was like, we have the same hands, we have the same arms, our facial structures are similar, like we have the same collarbone. Like, it was just weird to me. I always, thought that we looked alike, but it wasn't until I got into drag and performing drag that, I was like, okay, I'm skinny, I'm tall, like, and then I started doing those like big curly wigs. And I actually wasn't a full time. I didn't start out doing Mariah Carey. Like, I didn't start out impersonating Mariah until I think probably a little later on in my drag career in like the 2000s.
Oh, wow.
I always did Mariah songs. I always did Fantasy on the Roller Skates. I always did, you know, all of those songs, but it never like clicked on me to become a real Mariah impersonator, only, you know, doing her, emulating her, looking like her, and all those things. But then once I kind of got the hang of it, then it's just everything to me. Like, the music saved me. You know, there are so many times I'm, you know, down in the dumps, depressed. Like, you know, I was bullied as a child, you know, all those types of things. And, you know, her music was always there to bring me out of those dark clouds, darling, and to find my rainbow. Right. But that's kind of like my love for Mariah started, to be honest with you, like 1990. I was just young. You know, and I was just a teen when she came out, of course. But I mean, I had all the cassette tapes and I knew all the songs. And like, anytime I saw her on TV, of course, we couldn't record it back in those days, but, but yeah, my love for her just goes back to the end of time. Like, so it's just
all the way from day one. I love
Oh, absolutely. That. Yeah, absolutely. Now, some of my friends, like, they'll ask me questions about Mariah and I'll be like, I don't really remember because I am Mariah. I don't need to remember all their things. So don't get mad if I don't know everything, but, it astonishes me when I meet lambs who just know every detail of every show and every day and every thing. That just amazes me, and I just love the love for me doing Mariah, because I've gotten a lot of good feedback. You know, there's been a few comments, like a few side comments, but for the most part, like, you know, I just try to do her as much justice as possible. And, you know, that's really all I can do.
You can only do what you can with what you got, but you do a great job.
Mm-hmm, thanks.
Now, where are you located and normally performing
at? I live in Dallas, Texas, and I've lived there for probably about almost 15 years now. And we do a show called the My Oh My Show, and you can find that on Facebook. And it's like a traveling kind of Divas Las Vegas type show. We do Austin and Houston and San Antonio and Dallas, and then we're going to be traveling to like Vancouver, maybe up north somewhere, maybe Jersey or something. That would be awesome.
That would be fabulous.
Mm-hmm. But it's called the My Oh My Show, and we have like Tina Turner and Cher, and I do Mariah and a couple of other girls, and that's a fun show. That's pretty much my only gig right now that I'm doing, other than working at the local clubs here in Dallas. There's one called Woody's, and then I do some other things. So. But most of my work now is tied up with Mariah, which I love, because I get to make more costumes and make more ensembles and, you know, have some more fun with it. And then now that I've been going to more of her shows, it's just odd. Like, I'm finally getting to see her. We were in Vegas and I was third row, so that was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And of course the women's were.
Of Vegas, were you at the Vegas show when she canceled?
Darling.
Yes. I was there as well. I was there as well.
I was at that very show, and I had no clue until we walked up to the ticket, you know, the front area of the costume, and I was like, why are all these people waiting in line for tickets? Like, this doesn't make any sense. And I saw the news was there, and there was a lady there that was doing the news, and she said, "Oh, I want to interview you." And I was like, wow, okay, I'm about to be on the news, you know. And
yes, so, all over Las Vegas, darling.
Yes, honey. And so I get on the camera or whatever, and she's like, "Where are you from?" And I'm Avery. I'm from Dallas, Texas. And, you know, and she's like, "Well, what do you think about the cancellation?" Darling, I found out on the news.
Yes. Let me tell you, I specifically remember seeing you. I remember seeing you because obviously I did a double take. I was like, oh, Oh, hey.
Oh, yay.
So I remember, and I did the same thing. I had no idea. Me and my friends walked up. It was, and we're like, wait, what? It's canceled? What? And I remember seeing you being interviewed. And
wow.
I see your reaction. I was like, oh, this poor girl, she just found out. Oh,
I did.
no.
Yes. And thus in turn, I put my misery on this other group of people when I got to tell them. There was a group of beautiful boys from, like, I don't even remember where they're from, up north somewhere. And they had met me the day before at the gift shop, and they said, you kind of look, cause I kind of like went my daytime Mariah, like, just low key, all black, tank top and, sunglasses and my long hair. And they were, oh, you kind of look like Mariah. And then we took pictures, and, so I got to tell them, and it was kind of like, what?
Yeah. Oh my goodness. What a crazy, crazy night. But you eventually did go to see the Vegas show. You went back, right?
Yeah, we sure did. The next year we went around the same date, actually. And the ladies at the box office were like, we're going to bump you guys up to the third row because we know how much you love her. So I sat third row, and it was amazing. And
wow.
I got a wave. And then Christopher Buckle and Danielle came and met us, and so we got to meet them and take a couple of pictures. So that was really nice.
Danielle's back at Vegas?
No, this was
2015.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, unfortunately, I wish she was,
I wish she was too.
She was awesome. I met her. She was really, really awesome, and I stole all of her Xanax.
Allegedly.
No, I didn't, but she was the sweetest thing. She was so nice. I just absolutely loved her, and she complimented my hair, and was just awesomely gorgeous in person, and so was Kay Buckle, and we, they were so pleasant to us, and hopefully one of these days I'll get to meet Mariah herself. But
you never know. One of these days.
Still waiting on that.
Around the corner. Now, let's talk about, I want to know what your favorite Mariah performance to perform is. Like, what's your favorite song to perform?
Wow, that's so tough.
I know, right? It's a tough one.
I lately have been doing, most of my shows, I do the American Idol medley.
Okay.
Just because it has all of those songs, and then after that, I'll go into Always Be My Baby. And every time I do that song, most of the whole audience sings along, which is awesome. It's like that song that comes on and everybody sings it. But my favorite one to do, I think, is Vision of Love.
Oh, yeah. You give them the dramatic moments.
The BET version is is my all-time favorite. Now, I like MTV Unplugged, obviously, because it's more of a, you can hear more of her true voice, speaking voice, as well as, those types of things. But Vision, the BET performance is my favorite to do, because at the end, honey, she slays me.
It's the best. It's really the best. Oh, my gosh.
And then the guy
perform that, because I
the guy talking, and then I always hold my hand up in the air like she does for that climax now, and it's just, it keeps going. That's what I love about it. And this is why at the concert in Dallas, when she did Vision of Love, I was wrecked. I stood up and I sang, and I had my fan in my hand. I was pretending it was a microphone, and I was doing my hands, and she was doing her, and it was just amazing. And the people that were sitting around me were looking at me and then looking at her. So it was like
double mirror image. Yes.
Yeah. And when she came out in the red dress, everyone behind me was like, oh my God, she's in the same dress. And I was like, yes, honey.
Yes, duh. Of course.
So that in itself was amazing. And we were in a good section where I could see pretty well. Cause, I don't know if you probably won't know this, but I am actually visually impaired. So, I don't see very well long distances, and I've pretty much been visually impaired most of my life. I'm like legally blind is the term.
Wow.
But, I still have some vision, but I just don't see very well at night. And, so for me,
still have enough vision to look just like Mariah.
Hello.
That. Yeah. Hello.
I can see that, honey. But yes, her performing that, her coming out in the red dress was definitely a moment. And then there was a moment during Heartbreaker, the Heartbreaker remix, where she literally pointed to me and said, I love that ensemble over there.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow.
Yes, and we got that on video. So there is a clip of it on YouTube as we speak.
On YouTube. Now, tell everybody once again where we can find you on the social media so all the Lamely can stay up to date with you.
Oh, awesome. I am on Instagram as KandyLikeMariah, KanDY, like Mariah, as well as on Facebook as KandyLikeMariah. And then my personal Facebook is Avery Ann, but, most of the times I post about my shows on my Facebook page, which is awesome. And I also have the Twitter, which is also KandyLikeMariah. So keeping all those the same is a good thing to help people keep up with me. And my shows are called the My Oh My Show. So if you're ever in Dallas and want to see one, just look us up.
Absolutely. If I'm ever down south, girl, I'm going.
Uh-huh.
I am going.
The best part of the night, there were two best parts. Well, there were so many parts of the night at the show, but one part that stood out to me was and it was just hilarious, was at the very end after we had all said and done and we left and we were standing outside and I'm in my gown and, the two security guys rolled up on their cart and I heard one of them scream, "Oh my God, I got to get a picture. I love her." And so they get out of the cart and they come and stand by me. And then the guy kind of looks at me and he turns around to his friend and he's like, "That's not Mariah."
Oh my God.
And he jumps back onto the cart and they start to leave.
Oh my God.
So I was like, "Oh my God, y'all are going to do me like that." But,
they did you wrong
they did me wrong, but that's okay. They literally thought that I was Mariah. So that was an honor.
That's the good. Compliment in all of it, honestly.
That's the compliment. And then I got a giant margarita from two of the ladies who were working the margarita stand. So shout out.
You get your free hookup, girl.
I got a free splash. And, and we spent like an hour or more taking photos. As soon as I came out from the show, of course, we left right after Mariah because Lionel who. So everyone wanted their photo, which was so awesome. It was so nice and flattering, and I got so many compliments, and that was really, really cool.
That's exciting.
That is so
crazy. She was like her, when I saw her in Vegas, of course, that was like wow, pow. But this show, particularly because of the auditorium, was different. And she was in such good voice, like throaty, raspy. The key sounded a lot lower in some of the songs. And I just thought she sounded phenomenal. I could probably say that she might have lipped a couple of little things, but for the most part, I think she pretty much sang everything, and her rendition of One Sweet Day was utterly insane. And then all the lights came down. Everyone's cell phones came on for Hero, and she had that dripping diamond rhinestone ensemble. Oh,
yes. Yes.
Oh, it was just intense in there.
It was a magical moment.
It was a magical moment, and it brought a tear to my eye.
Yeah, girl. If I was there, the same would have happened.
Yep, and then the Vision of Love, of course, was my favorite part of the evening. And, she just was phenomenal. I was waiting on her to come and do like a callback or something, because the Hero music kept playing, and I was like, oh, she's going to come. She's going to do a callback, but she didn't come back. But I mean, it was so awesome. Everyone around us said, oh, she did so good. And, of course, I was standing up most of the time, and, she waved at me a few times, which was so nice.
That's amazing.
I know, that was pretty cool.
Anytime you see Mariah live is like the best, most amazing time. But some are more special than others. But if we see that queen and she's giving us everything, I mean, memories to never forget.
She gave me everything I needed, including a costume change, from a long gown into a cocktail dress. And I'm like, yes, queen.
Yes. And
so I'm going to have to pull some stunts for Vegas in Christmas. I don't know
what you got to do.
You need a reveal.
Yes. And I'm glad that Mariah's back on tour going across the nation. So like people in Dallas can see her, and, like all these cities that she doesn't normally go to. She's been in Vegas for so long when you have to travel there, or, she does Christmas here in New York, but it's just like, I'm so glad that like lambs from all over the land are able to see her again.
We're going to have to start calling it the Landely. I mean, it's like insane. I have so much love for Mariah. I'll defend her till the end of my days.
Yes.
And, there's just so much hate going around on her right now, which
there is.
Which, us lambs always. us lambs always defend her.
With love. We hate with love on Mariah because, again, like you were saying, Mariah, I'll defend her till the day I'm done. And hopefully I have more time to go because I'm here for MC, honey.
And hopefully I'll come back as a fabulous ghost and give y'all some more love for Mariah.
There you go. Yes, darling.
I'll be hitting my high notes like, woo!
Oh my God.
Well, I'll be looking forward to that, girl. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yes, girl. I'll be on tour, honey.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it has been an absolute pleasure talking to you. I'm so excited we got to finally meet via the podcast and chat.
Yeah. Me too, darling.
Yes. And if we are ever in the same city together, whether it's Vegas, New York, Dallas, wherever,
we're hanging out.
We're going to have us a Kiki Lambalee party.
Absolutely. Well,
yes,
thanks again. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, Avery.
Oh, thank you guys so much. And I look forward to talking to you and hopefully seeing you again soon.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Take care.
All right, lambs. I'm going to give y'all an old school Mariah cutout voicemail. Bye-bye.
Okay. I love Candy.
I'm just nothing. I don't know why I'm laughing. I love talking to lambs.
I know.
I'm telling you, these lambs, they do it. And we're a hardcore bunch.
But I love that Candy just takes it to a whole new level.
Oh my God. It's amazing.
Amazing. Do you know what went through my head? I should have said it out loud. I really want Candy to lip sync to Mariah's New Year's Eve performance.
Oh my God, wouldn't that be great?
She has the dress.
She has all of it.
She has all
the dresses.
Yeah.
She has everything.
I know.
So amazing.
She'll make so much money.
We should have talked to her about how long does it take her to get ready.
A dress.
Or to make a
ready.
dress.
Yeah.
That would have been good. Sorry, Candy.
We'll call her back.
We'll talk to you soon. We'll get all the deets on how you get ready. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Super, super fun. Super fascinating. Any of you Dallas, Texas lambs, go out and see her show and support the lambs.
Yeah.
Love it. Okay, now this is what I really love talking to lambs about. The first time ever meeting Mariah.
Right.
Now, Candy was saying she never met Mariah, but one day, girl, it's going to happen. Stephanie Rafferty, down there in Dallas, same show. She got to see Mariah.
Well, she took a different route.
Yes.
Went a different avenue. And you hear she took a page out of the Dan Enriquez handbook.
She sure did, and I'm not mad about it.
But you probably know Stephanie because Mariah just regrammed or reposted a group photo of her in Dallas with some lambs, some lamely. And Stephanie was there. She's in that photo on Mariah's page, documented. And so we spoke to Stephanie to find out, like, what was that encounter? What happened? So here it is.
Does she know you're calling?
Yeah, I was texting her.
Hello?
Stephanie.
Hey, how are you?
Good.
Hi.
Martin and Dan.
Hi, Dan and Martin. Oh, my God. How are you guys?
We're fabulous. How are you today?
I'm in Texas. It's hot.
You just heard that.
Yes, we were just talking to KandyLikeMariah. She's in Texas, and she says it's a scorcher. It's like 100 degrees.
Oh, my gosh. It's always either, 100 degrees or you're just melting. It's ridiculous down here.
Oh, gosh.
I don't want it. I don't want to deal with it.
Sweating off my Mariah Mac.
No, ma'am.
Okay.
No, we can't have that.
It's
we cannot have that. Exactly. Before we get into the meeting of Mariah, which I'm really excited to hear, Stephanie, because it's been a long time. I used to be one of those stalkers that would totally go and stalk her at her hotel, and I want to relive that through you. But I want to just get a little why you love Mariah, all of those things as well.
How long have you been a lamb? When did you sign up to the Lamb Club?
I think I signed on to the Lamb Club during the Charm Bracelet era.
Oh, okay.
Good era.
That's a good era. Yeah.
very underrated era. I had a stepdad at the time who was trying to get me to like him, so he was buying me all the Mariah CDs that I wanted.
Oh, okay. That would be, I want one of those. Or maybe I don't. I don't know.
Hashtag I don't.
Now, did you like Mariah beforehand, like just like random songs, or did you like discover her for the first time around Charm Bracelet?
Yeah, I did. So, so I'm a 90s baby. I was born in 91. I'm still a youngin', but my sister is 12 years older than me. So, around Fantasy and Daydream albums, she was getting her first car. So everywhere she went, I was like, I'm getting in the car. We're turning on the radio. We're going to hear, Always Be My Baby.
Always Be My Baby. Yes, you're jamming out in the car. Yes.
Yes.
Those were the days.
They really were. Oh, my God. You couldn't turn on the radio without hearing her at all. Now it's like, pulling a tooth trying to get a DJ to play her.
I know, exactly.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, so, I knew her just the hit, not, I didn't delve too much into the, album.
Right. Until Charm Bracelet, and then you were fully sold. You're like, sign me up.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. Signed it in blood. I was ready.
Yeah. Hey, and then once you're signed up, honey, there's just no going back. It's like till the day you're done.
Because you open up the treasure chest and you realize how much stuff you have to buy and collect.
Yes. And then you go back into all the old albums, and it's just like, it's a whole new world.
Never ends.
A whole new world.
Oh my gosh. Yes. And then, I was so blessed to, still be in high school when she, was emancipating. Mm-hmm. And of course, I was always giving my parents a hard time. I was just such a little brat, and again, still my stepdad trying to get me to be nice to him, bought me tickets and took me to her, my first Mariah concert, which is Emancipation or the Adventures Tour. And,
love it. Now, where
really sealed the deal.
Where do you live? Like in Texas?
Texas is huge. I actually live in San Antonio, but I'm originally from Dallas.
Oh, okay. Perfect. So did you see the Adventures of Mimi? Did she go to Texas for that?
Yes, she went to Dallas and she went to Houston.
Oh, look at her.
Dallas.
Just like the last tour. Dallas.
Yeah, she just did. She just did. So perfect. Well, there you go. So that was your first Mariah concert. And obviously you've been to many, many since. But this particular concert for all the hits.
Back in Dallas.
And
Houston.
And you're there. You got the Lamely with you. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so what's your plan for the night? Like, are you thinking, how am I going to meet Mariah? What do I do? Or are you just going to see the show and then go home and have a splash? Like, what's your idea for the night? What are your intentioned plans?
Well, there was, more of us than the four that ended up actually meeting her that night within a group chat. I can't exactly reveal how, but we had been tipped off as to where she was going to be, what's the word? I guess just having dinner that night.
Okay. Yes, your inside sources, darling.
Say again?
I said your inside sources. Yes.
Oh, yeah. So, we had been originally talking like, we're going to go to the restaurant. As soon as she finishes Hero, we're going to just drive over there. We're going to wait for her outside. But somehow throughout the night, we decided, maybe that's not a great idea because, she might be in a rush and, we don't want to get our hearts broken or whatever. So, the Lambs, we all kind of just ended up splitting up and it just remained, me and then the other three Lambs that I was with. So after that, we just kind of decided, I was like, I'm going to take a page out of the Dan Enriquez handbook and go to her hotel. And I shit you not. Like, that was legit what was going through my mind because I remember the story that you told about waiting for her and your friend trying to give Mariah her belt.
Yeah. Yes, girl.
I promise you.
True story.
So, yes. And so, we had seen, where she had been staying, the team was kind of posting a little here and there. So we kind of knew. And so, when that time came, we decided, let's just go over there.
And you did it. Now, did you waited then inside the lobby?
Yes.
And did you see her when she was coming back from wherever she was, her dinner or things of that nature?
Yes. Yeah, we caught her when she was coming back inside, I guess to luxuriate inside the hotel or whatever.
Now, were you kind of expecting it, or were you guys just hanging out, and then here she comes? Like, how did it happen? Like, where did she come from? Where did she emerge from? Like, what? Give us the breakdown.
Yes, so we had been sitting there, obviously twiddling our thumbs, nervously expecting someone to come and say, "Hey, you guys need to get out."
Yeah.
Because obviously we were there for a particular reason.
Right.
Right. There's no mistaking.
Yeah. There's no disguising that. So,
do you know, just for our future stalking moments, the lobby and the foyer of a hotel is public space.
Yeah, so they cannot tell you to leave.
You out. Just
That's
FYI.
A public space.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, you can't get kicked out.
I mean, they can ask you to leave, but you don't have to.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she comes, so she's there. So you guys are like hanging out.
Yeah, so, we had been there for about 2 hours, and literally every person who stepped foot through the front door or the front entrance, we're like, oh my gosh, is that her? Is that her? And it just wasn't. So, we're like, oh, it's going to be late by the time she gets here. So we're all just playing on our phones. And, next thing you know, one of the lambs is like, oh my God, that's her. And we're like, where? And so we all just kind of jump up at the same time, and all of us in unison are like, Mariah, Mariah. And, of course, she's walking in with her sunglasses. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning. She's got Tanaka on her arm and the bodyguard on the other one.
Yeah.
And she's not stopping. And I'm like, my heart is, like, dying at this point. And so one of the lambs is like, Mariah, it's the Lamely. And the very second he said that, she whipped off her sunglasses and stopped and turned around. And I was like, oh, thank you, God.
Oh, my gosh.
The code word.
Yeah. Yeah.
So had you ever met Mariah prior to this, or this is your first time?
Not officially, no. I've waited outside of the beacon for her, but you guys know how it is.
Right. Okay.
And stuff. So, no, I've never really, spoken a word to her prior to this. No.
Oh, my God. So you're dying. You're literally, dying inside of excitement.
Yes.
And so she starts walking over to you guys, and then what happens?
So, we kind of rushed over to her.
Yeah.
And, it just all happened so fast. I kind of, really the only thing I remember telling her was, oh my God, you sounded amazing. You look so beautiful. Thank you for writing your music. And I love you so much.
And did she speak?
Sure. So, and then the other lambs were talking to her at the same time as well. So I know she was kind of struggling to keep up with all of us saying things at the same time. But she, when I was complimenting her about her performance, she seemed to be paying attention and interested in what I was saying. And she said, oh, thank you. She was just incredibly, diabetically sweet. I'm not kidding. It was perfect. It was perfect.
And how long did she hang out with you guys? Did she sign autographs and take pictures and stuff?
Well, it honestly to me felt like an eternity, but I really think it was about 2 to 2.5 minutes.
Okay, that's a good.
That's a nice. Hey, you get what you need right there.
Yeah, exactly. And so we had decided before we even got to the hotel as a group, we said, hey, let's ask for a group picture because I really want to get a picture with her, and I will fight somebody. So let's
do it peacefully. Negotiate.
Let's pre-negotiate what's going to happen. You have to, though.
Yeah,
you have to because you know how it is.
Yes. And so they're like, okay, yeah, that's a great idea. Let's do a group picture, so we'll all have one picture, and it'll be fine. And after maybe a minute of us talking to her. We had asked for the picture, and her bodyguard was like, oh, she's tired. Let her get some rest. And as soon as we said group picture, she was like, oh, group picture? Oh, okay, great.
Yes.
And so we were like, yes.
Perfect.
Yes, I know. I was so happy. And one of the lambs I was with, he's about my age, very young, and he had never met her before. And actually, all of us, it was our first time. And he was freaking out because his phone was going to be the one to take the picture. He had one of those Lumi cases that lights up, like, you know, for when you take selfies and stuff. And he was like, Mariah, let me show you my phone. And he turned the light on, and she grabbed it. Oh, no. And she's like, oh, wow. And I told her, for the lighting. And she looked me dead in my eyes. And literally for this millisecond, I felt like we were best friends.
Oh, my God.
She was like, the lighting, exactly. And I died.
Oh, my God. Yes.
Yes. It was so cute.
That was the moment you were waiting for. That millisecond. That was exactly. That's like, that's it. Like that makes your whole life. Like, you know, being really such a fan of hers, for that quick connection is really what we're all looking for. And it's such a special moment. I fucking love it.
Yeah, absolutely. So her bodyguard grabbed the phone and took 2 pictures. And, you know, before I knew it, it was over. He's like, okay, guys, let her get some rest. And one of the lambs that was there had a very beautiful, you know, framed debut album. I think it may have been like with a certification or something. I'm not sure. Oh, and he's like, hey, Mariah, can you sign this for me? And she signed it for him.
Oh, wow.
And that was it. She walked away, and she smelled like heaven. And she said it was her fragrance.
What was it?
She said it was her new fragrance. And I think, I don't know if she told us the name of it or what, because again, I'm telling you, I kind of blacked out.
Yeah. Yes, it happens.
But we were like, great. Oh my gosh, you have a new fragrance. And that was it, you know? So I don't know. Hopefully we'll be getting a new fragrance soon, because that'd be cute.
That would be cute. Uh-huh. All right, Stephanie, tell people how they can find you on social media so they can check out your photo that you spoke about.
Yes, so I am at S_Rafferty, RAFF. Pretty much whenever you type in RAFF, it'll come up. Uh-huh. And then also at The Lamb Over, that's where I'm always posting too. So
yeah, we love The Lamb Over.
We love The Lamb Over. They do great parties.
I've met Stephanie at a Lamb Over event.
Oh, you did?
Here in York City.
Yes, I was out of town.
Yeah.
I know.
I know her.
Yes, I'm so sad Jan wasn't there.
It's all right. I will be here, or I'll be somewhere. Who knows?
We'll meet up somewhere.
We'll meet in person, Stephanie. Don't you worry. But thanks for sharing your story. I love hearing stories about Lamely meeting Mariah, especially the first time, because that is always like the diamond occasion of meeting Mariah. It's
and then you get jaded like you.
Yeah, hey, it's like me. Up? It's like, hey, bitch, how you doing? Girl, can I get a picture or what? Stood here for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, definitely.
You have to work up to that.
Yeah, it's fun. Many more Mariah meetings to come, hopefully, for you and all of the Lamely.
Oh, yes, I'm keeping my fingers crossed, definitely.
Definitely. Well, thank you again. We appreciate it.
All right, guys. Love you so much. Y'all are doing an amazing job. Thank you so much.
Fun, right?
So much fun. I remember those days about like stalking Mariah after the show and going up to the limo, all of those things. I mean, I did that. Like, that was my job back in the day. Like, I did it crazy style. So like, I know that feeling of like meeting Mariah and stalking her and running up to her and hers. I mean, it's great. It brings back great memories.
I know. See, I think I'm just too nervous to meet her because I'll just, like she said, I'll black out. Like, what's happening?
It happens.
I'll just be a zombie.
You just have to accept that.
And then she's like, oh, weren't you that weird guy that I met?
That, like, you were just like, whoa, what happened? Yeah. No, believe me, Mariah's met like 1 million people in her long career. I'm sure there have been crazier meetings than having a fan like lamb out right in front of her. I mean, somebody may have even asked her, hey, can I kiss your hand? I don't know. Allegedly, maybe somebody said that once. And Mariah gave them a crazy look and was like, okay, sure.
Oh, gosh.
Anyways, thanks for those stories, ladies. We love it. And I'm looking forward to see what this new fragrance that Stephanie was talking about could be. I know.
She had a sample, I guess, a smell.
Yes, it smelled like heaven. So we'll see. I bet that's going to be coming out sometime around Christmas.
For sure.
For sure. And there's also those MAC makeup rumors that we have more coming. So we got some things in the works.
Yeah, yeah.
So that'll be good. So more to come on that. Of course, when we know anything, we will let all the listeners know.
Yes.
But let's get into some iTunes reviews, which we love iTunes reviews.
Yes.
You can also leave reviews on Facebook now. So we love and appreciate that. And for those of you who have done that. But iTunes reviews are where the business is. If you are not able to leave an iTunes review because iTunes is sometimes crazy, write them a nasty email and ask them why
fix it.
They're not posting your reviews.
Yeah.
Because we've had a couple of people give us feedback that the reviews are posting, like sending, hit enter, and then it like never appears.
Right.
That's nothing that we can do on our end, unfortunately.
And it's not everybody.
It's not everybody, but it happens. I'm just letting the lambs know, like, just leave a review anyways.
Right, please. Because it actually does support the show over on iTunes because they have a chart situation. And once you're on the chart, we were on it for a minute and then kind of came off. You know how the charts work.
You know, the chart. One day you're there, the next day you're out.
So it helps us get back on the chart. And, then more people see us, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
Anyway, so here are our... Oh, and you're guaranteed to get read out on the show.
Yes.
All the iTunes reviews.
Even if it's bad.
Yes.
But don't leave bad reviews. Nobody has time for that.
Okay, so here they are. So the first one is by Clatter Machines, and they said, very pip. Don't know how I didn't know about this podcast until yesterday, but holy smokes, what a SGSHW. What does that mean?
That means Stone Groove Smash Hit Wonder.
Oh, of course. I never get the chance to listen to Lambs say all the stuff I think, both good and bad. Thank you, guys. Yes.
Well, thank you. We appreciate it.
Yes.
It is. It's hard to find lambs where you can just like talk about everything and anything.
Yeah, but also when you're you meet a new lamb for the first time, you don't want to be the one shit talking,
right?
You're not gonna.
Yeah, you're not gonna be like, oh, I hate Triumphant. You gotta like wait a minute until you have felt out the situation.
So you're comfortable. Yeah.
Yeah, believe me.
Anyway, we're all comfortable here.
We're all here. We're all lamely here. The next one is by Steve West.
Yeah.
He said, this lamb is loving it. Great banter with well-balanced perspectives on everything Mariah. Definitely the place for true lambs and lambs to be.
Yes.
Love it, appreciate it, and enjoy it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
That's kind of it for the show, right?
Yeah, that's it. Again, find us on all the social media. Share us with your friends.
Yep.
Buy your Mariah Report merchandise at mariahreport.com.
Mariah Report Store. And we've been getting pictures sent in of the merch. It looks super cute.
Super cute. We're going to be posting some of the things that our listeners have purchased from us. Thank you for sending those. You can send those to our Twitter or our email or post them on Facebook. Our email is mariahreport@gmail.com.
Yeah. And it's good quality stuff. I just got my Mariah Report shirt and I washed it. Normally the first wash can be sketchy. You don't know if it's going to melt or whatever.
Yeah.
It turned out fine.
Perfect.
I'm wearing it now.
There you have it. Yeah. Yes, you are.
I forgot I was wearing it.
Last week we were both wearing our shirts and then I left the studio and Martin was like, you're going to wear that shirt outside? And I was like, yes. Duh, girl. Well, I ain't got no shame in this. I wore that right on the subway.
I was thinking more about dirtying it.
Oh, please. No, I like where I don't mind, girl.
Dan and I also had all our merch with our shirts on, the poster up, the postcards, the buttons, and then looked at ourselves and we're the killer.
We are the killer.
We're
the crazy person with all this Mariah Report stuff
that we made
ourselves, and we're sitting in the studio. And if somebody were to be looking in on us, they'd be like, "These crazy bitches.
What the fuck is going on?"
Well, they're mentally ill, mentally disturbed.
So you guys buy some stuff.
But join the fun and be the mentally disturbed with us,
so we look less crazy.
Right. But anyways, thank you so much, and we will see you next week.
Yes, thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.